Welcome back, ballers. How are you? Oh my goodness, I am so excited. I just downloaded all my episodes to other platforms. So now I have, 5 other platforms I'm available on too. But Spotify will always be my favorite because I started here and I love Spotify. But I did promise you guys, by the way, let me tell you, this is Jacqueline. I am Jacqueline, and this is Chesticles. And I call it Chesticles because I have brass balls. I've led a very exciting life, and I've had some really, really interesting things happen. And I promised I was going to tell you all about some of my dating experiences. So I was just thinking about this one, and I don't oh my gosh, it's really funny. So, I was at a dental seminar, imagine that, and, one of my friends is a dentist, and I bumped into him there, and afterwards, we went to the bar when the seminar was over, and we had, a drink, and he happened to invite his friend. And so I got to talking to the friend or whatever, and he asked me to go out on a date, and he seemed like a nice enough guy. I was like, sure, enjoyed talking to him. So we were supposed to go out that following weekend. I think we planned it for. Now I'm going back many years now, but this is one of those dates I'll never forget. So he says, okay, how about if we go to, such and such restaurant? We'll start there. I'm like, sounds good to me. I'm not really picky, and so then he calls me back. He's like, I don't know, I don't think I can go to that restaurant. And I said, okay, well, whatever one you want to go to. He said, well, let me tell you why. He said, I was playing basketball and I twisted my ankle, and now I can't wear my dress shoes because my ankle's all swollen. I said, well, let's just go someplace simple, like with sneakers, And he's like, yeah. All right, are you sure you're okay with that? I'm like, yeah, that's fine. And I could tell he was, nervous. So, I didn't want him to be nervous and, whatever. But I get it. It's nerve-wracking, dating. I get it. You get it. You know what I mean. You understand. So then he calls me back again, and he had to change the time. I was like, okay, so I think we were going to meet at 5, and then he changed it to 7. I was like, that works. I'm really open-minded. I'm not, one of these. I hear stories about these girls that are like, I want to go here and I want to go there. Never dated anybody for a free meal or free drinks. I can buy my own, thank you very much. I dated different people because I like to get to know different people. Well, anyway, so finally he comes to pick me up, at 7 o'clock. And then we decided we were going to go to one of those adult arcades, where you can drink adult beverages, but play all kinds of games. And, and I love those places. They're a lot of fun. And I think too, for a first date, it's just a fun thing to do. So, he was very much a gentleman. He opened the car door for me. And I sat down, and there's no dashboard in this car. I don't mean there's a piece missing or there's a panel off. I'm telling you, there was no dashboard at all. From the driver's side to the passenger side, there is nothing except a steering wheel and a bunch of wires and stuff like that. I think I could see the engine, and I'm like, oh my gosh, what happened to your dashboard? And he was like, oh, well, it got broken into. And I'm like, oh my gosh, I'm so sorry. That's terrible. He's like, yeah, it was a long time ago, but, I have a nice car, but this is my basketball car, so I just figured I'd use my basketball car. Do I look round and orange? I don't know. Maybe I do. I don't know. But I'm like, okay. But I was a little frightened to be in this car because, I don't know, I've never been in a car without a dashboard at all. Nothing. Even the glove box, the whole thing. So, but I did feel sorry for him. His car was broken into, and I guess when they stole his stereo, they took out the whole dash. I don't know, but it was very peculiar. But again, I'm just going with the flow. We head over to the adult arcade, and I wanted to drink, so I'm waiting, and we were I think we started with skee ball. We were playing skee ball for a little bit, but he wasn't offering to get me a drink, so I just said to him, I'm like, do you want a drink? He's like, oh yeah, thanks, So I just went and I got the drinks, whatever, And then we started to play the basketball, like the basketball arcade game where you throw the basketball in. And I'm not a sports person. I mean, when I was younger, I was really, into sports and stuff, but I'm old now. I wasn't old then, but anyway, it's just, and I'm also not really that competitive when it comes to sports and games and stuff, because I play for fun. I mean, of course I want to win, but if I don't win, I'm a good sport about it. It's like, good for you, like I'm genuinely happy for other people. So it turns out I bumped into a group of friends that I had known, and they were there, and also this date and I were playing basketball, and I don't know why. Honestly, it was just luck, because I really don't know how to play basketball or whatever, but I was just shooting them in and they were going in, and I was beating him because his weren't going in, and you could just tell he was uneasy. But I was like, oh God, this is lucky for me. And, he's got a basketball car. So, I mean, this guy must be really into basketball. So he was getting so annoyed that I was beating him. And he turned into very mean-spirited. And he's like, how are you doing that? You played basketball before? And I'm like, no, he goes, you were on a team in school? I'm like, no, I really was, literally, I'm just lobbing them in. I didn't get them all in, but I think if I were to look back and do rethink what exactly happened, I think he was nervous, and I think he was probably, just not relaxed enough I'm sure he's a great basketball player, He's got the basketball car, So anyway, we're playing, and he's like, all right, one more game, I was like, okay, and I'm done my drink, because, and I said, do you want another drink? He's like, yeah, please. So I'm like, okay, that's fine, it's just, but he never offered, which was peculiar to me, I have no problem buying my own drinks. I don't expect, that type of stuff, but it was just he didn't even offer. But I offered, and I got him another drink, and we play again, and I beat him again. I don't know how, honestly. I am not some hustler basketball, but it was just, I don't know, beginner's luck, or I don't know, I think I was just having fun, I was relaxed, and I was trying to have fun anyway. Well, he's like, okay, that's 2. He's like, oh no, I forgot to tell you, after the first time when I beat him, he's like, best out of 3. I'm like, okay. So then I beat him the second time. He's like, best out of 5. I'm like, okay. But now it's uncomfortable. He's not talking. You can see it in his face. He was annoyed, and I'm buying the drinks. And it's really pure luck that I'm doing. I'm telling you, if I had to do that right now, I don't think I could get one of those. I don't know why. It just was that way. It would just go my way. And then I beat him on the 3rd game. And he had this look. He reminded me of a little child. And I was like, so I said, do you want to play something else? He's like, no. I go, oh, well, how about there's golf over there, or do you want to race a motorcycle? All the adult. No. And I was like, listen, are you upset that, you didn't win? He goes, well, something's up. I don't think this is right, because I know how to play basketball. And I'm like, well, this really isn't the same. You're used to, I don't know. I'm trying to talk this guy. I mean, come on. There's red flag after it. I should have known when I got in his car and there was no dashboard whatsoever. That should have been my warning to be like, bye-bye. But you know what? Anyway, I did bump into friends, and then he wasn't talking to me, really, we weren't, and he didn't want to play any more games, and I was not going to buy him another beer. He was a spoiled little child that lost the game. So I kind of my friends came over around me, and I was kind of talking to them too, and finally I said, did you want to leave? And he goes, yeah, I really would like to leave. And I said, all right, why don't you go ahead and do that? I'm going to stay here with my friends. And I'm going to ride home from them. And he's like, all right, bye. And he just left. Isn't that bizarre? I mean, I just don't understand. I don't understand. And maybe he was just nervous. I can only chalk it up to that because he did seem like a really nice guy. But first he couldn't wear the nice shoes. And then, he twisted his ankle playing basketball. Then he comes to pick me up in a car with no dashboard whatsoever. It was just weird. It was weird. It was very strange. I mean, who has this stuff happen besides me? And then we get to the adult arcade, and I'm buying him drinks, and then he's losing at that stupid basketball game, and then he turned into miserable. So yeah, so he left, and I stayed and hung out with my friends and had a great night. I told you I've had some weird dates. So there's plenty more of these to come up, but I just wanted to share that one with you, and press follow me, share this podcast. I would love to hear what you think of it. Thanks so much, ballers. Bye.